Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host Phil from underKG.com, and this is Xiaomi's flagship Mi 8. Let's take a closer look by starting with the design. This is how it looks. There is the notch. I've hidden it on the software options. More on that later. The rear looks like that, and that's a shameless copy of the iPhone 10. I'm not simply saying that because it's got the dual camera with the notch. That's getting pretty popular. It's just that they don't have to go that far with dual cameras with the LED flash in the center, with the rim around the corner. It's even painted in gold. There's just too many things that resembles of the iPhone 10. Actually, other than that, the build quality is very good, it's superb. The only thing that bothers me is lack of weather protection. This is not covered with any kind of IP rating. The display is Samsung AMOLED panel with the Full HD Plus resolution. It's bright, and especially its uniformity is really great. Color reproduction in the automatic mode isn't particularly stunning, but you can make it better by tapping on the increased contrast. I think that's gonna fit in most people's taste better. The panel does have pan-tile layout in rather low Full HD Plus resolution, so if you're reading text a lot, it could bother you. But thanks to the panel being AMOLED, you can have low power consuming always on display, although you don't get to have any notification icons aside from the date and time. Performance-wise, the Mi 8 is pretty solid with Snapdragon 845 and 6GB or 8GB of RAM. The app speed is actually exceptional after killing all the apps, launching an app, closing that, launching another one like weather, closing that, going to themes, closing that, and multitasking between all of those apps are really snappy. Xiaomi has done a great job, although some amount of heat does exist and it is going to somewhat throttle the GPU performance. But my favorite part has to be that face unlock. You just put your face on it and it instantly unlocks, and it's based on infrared technology, so it works even without any light. Probably the only minor thing that bothers me is lack of microSD card expansion. More on the performance side, software is MIUI 9.5 based on Android 8.1 Oreo. It's pretty clean and straightforward, especially more so compared to the previous versions. By the time that some of you are watching this video, MIUI 10 should be available to this device, but if I have to tell you a little bit about MIUI now, there's a full screen gesture that allows you to choose between buttons. Here, you can swap the order or the full screen gesture. Basically, it works just like the iPhone 10 or the BlackBerry. You can swipe from the bottom, swipe and hold for multitasking, or swipe from either side of the screen to go back. I didn't find it that handy since the back gesture kind of clashed with the menu bar coming from there. Aside from that, there's a feature to hide your notch, basically painting the notch areas in black. But my problem is that there's no notification icon whatsoever displayed on the notch area. So if you want to see what's happening in your notification bar, you have to pull it down. And also, there's only 3 system icons displayed on the right-hand side corner. There's antenna bar, network status, and the little battery icon. There are certainly more icons that are important, like the alarm, vibration mode, Bluetooth status, but they decided to show only 3, just like the iPhone 10. What is surprising in a positive manner are the dual cameras. You can launch them by pressing volume down key twice, quickly, and here we go. The camera is impressive with the AI technology built in, and the results are simply amazing, no matter how dark or bright the environment is. Low lighting photos are well beyond expectation, giving great colors and details at the same time. You can see a bit of noise in this example, but I can assure you this is one of the best photos that a cell phone camera can ever take in this low light of environment. The 2x zoom also is very good, and the portrait mode especially is amazing. The bokeh effect is really good, it's sharp on focusing even on a very small object, and outline processing is exceptional. And another thing that's exceptional is the front-facing camera. You can choose the beauty mode right there, beauty and remodeling. You can have your jawline, eyes, or the nose, whichever you deem imperfect on your face can be fixed. And there of course is portrait mode, giving you artificial bokeh effect that's got really precise outline processing, stable in the low lighting condition, and detail at the same time. Another good multimedia aspect of the Mi 8 is the audio. You can see that it's missing a port or jack. There is only USB Type-C. Other than that annoyance, the output is good, being loud and clear. There's also that audio effect that you can choose between the number of different types of headphones, and the equalizer is customizable. One thing that bothers me is that it only has a mono speaker on the bottom, although it does sound pretty good. But in a 2018 flagship, a stereo speaker would have definitely been appreciated. And the last thing we have to talk about is that built-in 3400 mAh battery. 3400 mAh doesn't sound like enough, but it actually is. It constantly gave me around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which is probably enough for most of you. I'm always on the LTE network, and I've always turned the always on display, like the name implies, so most of you will get even longer battery time span than that. Charging is done through the USB-C port on the bottom. Half an hour of charging is going to give you around 46% of battery, an hour giving you 85, and an hour and 50 minutes to fully charge that battery, which is not bad at all. And now time for a conclusion. The Mi 8 isn't exactly a perfect smartphone even on the spec sheet. That's because it's sold for such a low price for such a high spec. And that means they have to make some compromises, like unoriginal design, no weather protection, imperfect display, and mono speaker. But its performance, outdoor legibility, camera performance, and battery life are nowhere to be found on any other smartphone around the price range. It's certainly not a perfect flagship in 2018, it is lacking some features, but if you're ready to make some compromises, the Mi 8 is going to be an amazing, well-performing, insane camera-equipped smartphone at a really low price. But to be honest, I'm not ready to carry a phone that looks this much like an iPhone 10. So that was the Xiaomi Mi 8. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. You can always meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. We'll see you guys later. Ciao!